It's been a couple of days since we were last together. However, it is the second leg of the Champions League semi-final, and we're in a great position. Roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to the Journeyman Save. I am Cultured Leftfoot and we start on Billy Leftfoot. This is something I've been meaning to do and show you guys for ages because somebody asked and I kept on forgetting. But here he is, Billy Leftfoot. He plays for Offenbach in the Regional Division Southwest in Germany. So he's living the high life, let's say. He's not their key player. This guy is Erich Burkhardt. I mean, he's not actually that much better than Billy Leftfoot. But there he is, Billy Leftfoot. He's not going to be at their club for very long because Man United are buying him at the end of his contract for a free. I'm pretty sure he'll come and move. But yeah, I'm not carrying on this save after this year. You guys might, if you want it. For the Patreons, that is, if the patrons want to carry on this save, let me know in a message on Patreon or a message down below and I can make this file available. If enough people want to carry this game on, then I'll make it available and you guys can play it, I don't really mind. But for first off, it'll be for Patreons only. So if you want to sign up to Patreon, the description's in below. Just $1 a month is muchly appreciated. Obviously, don't donate what you can't afford. But yeah, there he is, Billy Leftfoot. He's had a very interesting career, mainly spent in Germany. After Leverkusen, we signed him at Leverkusen on loan and then on a free transfer. And then he moved to Schweinfurt and didn't really progress. Never had an amazing seasons. I mean, he doesn't even like me anymore. I'm not in a favoured personnel and I'm his dad. So make of that what you will. I mean, I'm a little bit annoyed by it. So yeah, he holds me in the highest regard. We've got a very close relationship, but I'm not a favoured personnel. That's a little bit annoying. But anyway, since we were last together, we were here for the Bayern Munich game. We beat Chelsea 4-1. Lots of goals. Yeah, it was really good, really easy. And then West Brom 2-0. We played a rotated team. And Jan Petrick got himself on the score sheet. So well done, Jan, in the 91st minute. And Kyle Holland, one of the youngsters that we've got a goal as well. It was good. We got through the game unscathed. No real injuries. Again, rotated teams, but the big names that did play that we were looking after and didn't want them to get injured. So Capdevere came through it unscathed. Sobey picked up a little knock, but he's fine. Paolo Gomez came through it all right. Richie Robson came through it all right. And Michael Wood came through it all right. Which means we're lining up today against Bayern Munich. Obviously, we've got a 3-2 slender one-goal lead from the first leg where we won 3-2 at Old Trafford. In that mental game where there was goals in the 94th, the 92nd they equalised, and then the 94th we went and got the win through Tanaka. And it's been very, very, very close. So this is going to be titled the penultimate episode ? Because if we lose this game, then the series is pretty much over. If we get knocked out, the series is pretty much over because I said this is the last episode. I mean, with gameplay, I'll probably come back for one last episode of review of the whole Journeyman, going to look at some players and getting your... That's an idea. Leave me a message down below if there's somebody that you really want to go and see back in the... see where they've progressed, what they're doing now. Someone that was a huge name for us back in the day. Like, Ivanov is a player I'm going to go and look at when we do this review. You know, there was Johan Ter Horst, we had Zan Selar at Olympia Ljubljana. There was probably some of the guys at the Graafschamp, at Zorka, that we want to go and see what they're doing. Leverkusen, yeah, Napoli. We've had, I think it's 7 clubs. We'll look at my manager career, my earnings, like win ratios, goals scored, goals against as a manager, and all that sort of good stuff. But let me know down below what stats, what players, and what clubs and what leagues you want to look at in a sort of review episode that will happen either after this episode if we get knocked out, or after the next episode, which will be the Champions League final. So one way or another, this series is drawing to a close. Also, a little spoiler, I'm going to be doing a video about an update of the channel to say, you know, what's coming, what the plans are, all of this, all of that. That'll be released quite early next week, or this coming week, depends when I release this video. But as a little spoiler and a little teaser, watch till the end of this video and you'll see something. You'll see something. That's all it's going to be. Just a little teaser for you. So make sure you stay till the end and go and check that out. But Callum Bacon has still got his slight knock, so he's not going to be in the starting 11 today. However, Tanaka's going to stay up front. We're going to start in a counter formation. We have a 1-goal lead. We are away from home, but we will be playing the 3-4-3 formation that we've been so accustomed to loving. And we're going to get into the game. We've already won the Premier League. We are 1 game away from the Champions League final, and that was the dream. That was what we wanted from this save, to go in the Champions League. And if we get to the final, it's going to be all or nothing. 1 game to make it count. And I'm very nervous. But first of all, we've got to get through this game, and we've got to get through Bayern Munich, who are lining up in a 4-4-2, which should suit us okay. We've done pretty well in past games against the 4-4-2. You deserve to be in the final. Go and make it happen. And then, passionately, there's a lot more to come. There'll be a tunnel interview. We'll go and send Gary Neville to do with that. We'll see the teams walk out in 3D. There's the little team talk. We're getting everybody rolled up. We'll be in there, and then we'll just drop it back. We're going to go back to extended highlights, and we're going to go back to 2D Classic for this game. It's going to be tense. It's going to be hard. We've got Callum Bacon on the bench if things start to go a bit wrong. Youngster Thomas McCauley gets the captain armband today in the absence of Bacon and Richie Robson, who both are on the bench. But it's going to be very, very tough. 0-0 is fine. A 1-0 into Bayern. They go through on away goals, thinking about it. This isn't as strong as I thought it would be in this position. Let's see what happens. So, Bayern Munich come. Garrido picks it up into Pieri. Pieri to Flammersberger. Flammersberger shoots from range. An awful, awful shot. No real worry, and that's okay. Abu Chabaka, which is an amazing name, into Bastoni. Bastoni on the edge. Flammersberger again shoots. He's playing pinball. Wood clears it. Back to Abu Chabaka, what's the name I'll probably never get bored of. And a very easy catch for Juan Philippe. Okay, there'll be a terrible jump cut there because I had to take a very urgent work phone call as Tanaka's in and he fires well wide of the goal. But yeah, sorry about that. So really sorry about that. Really terrible editing, but I had to jump out. I've been on the phone with work for about an hour and a bit trying to sort out a big issue at work, which after this video I might have to go into work for. And I'm recording this on a Saturday at, what's the time? This is now terribly unprofessional. 25 to 7 in the evening on a Saturday. So yeah, that'll be a bit of fun, won't it? A bit of entertainment as Bayern Munich shoot over. Game back on. So we're getting close to half time, half an hour gone, 15 minutes to go. Still 0-0. We're still edging through at this moment in time. But this could well be the commentator's curse as Pellegrini switches the ball out to Abchubaka. What a tackle from Pacheco. Up to Tanaka. Tanaka, he'll use his pace and skill to run at the defence. Now he's a winger. He should put a good cross, and he does. Marco Toss. He really hates those headers inside the 6-yard box. I mentioned it in the last video. And this one, he does the same again. Hicks with another throw. Into Pacheco. Pacheco to Hernandez. Hernandez don't get tackled there. He lays a pretty rubbish ball back to Benny Balart. Benny Balart all the way back to Roberto. Roberto into Pacheco. Pacheco to Hernandez. Hernandez to McCauley. McCauley to Toss. Toss through to Tanaka. Out to McCauley. Oh, he's offside. That was such a good, well-worked move. I was just wondering why the goalkeeper didn't make a move for it. But, again, closer to half-time. Yeah, he's off tackles for Benny Balart, according to he's on a yellow card. Hicks into Pacheco. Pacheco turns to Hernandez. Up to Tanaka. Marco Toss makes a great run. He's into the box. Marco Toss. Amos tips it past the post. And we're just creeping back into this game now. Tanaka with the corner. He'll swing it into the box. Wood with a header. He couldn't direct it. It was running the wrong way. Very unlucky for the Englishman. So into half-time. It is still 3-2 on aggregate. We're still winning. We're still just about going through. It's now more than ever important to keep your composure and keep that focus passionately. A lot more to come. Look at this. Everybody has faith in games focus. We've got a few poor ratings out here. 6.5 for Roberto. 6.5 for Marco Toss, one of our more influential players. So we're just thinking about that. We're going to put McCauley through the middle. Just because I think, you know, I'm weird with my ratings. If one of the strikers is playing badly, then I'll move them out to the wing hand side so that the majority of the chances fall to the striker in the middle, and Macaulay's having a better game, which means he'll be in slightly better form. So if the chances come to him, hopefully he puts them in the back of the net. Pacheco up to Hernandez. Good ball through to Tanaka. His pace really causes trouble. It's a penalty. Is it a penalty? It's a goal. Thomas Macaulay gets the goal. I thought it was going to be a penalty. It looked like he had been fouled. It looked like he had been brought down. But Thomas Macaulay gets the goal, and it pays off putting him through the middle. Hernandez with a lovely left-footed ball up to Tanaka, who brought it down really well. What happened here then? Ball went in. He just got the wrong side of Jonathan Tah and stuck it in the net, and that's an away goal. And it's 4-2 on aggregate. Wonderful stuff. Hernandez with the corner. Looks to take it. Swings it in. Wood with a header over the bar. Marks pretty well by the striker who was tracking him back. But again, it's going okay. Marco Toss not playing too well. Gary Hicks has picked up an injury, which is good for absolutely nobody. It's going to have to be Callum Bacon as a bit of the walking wounding on for Hicks, and Tanaka's going to have to go back to wing back, which is a little bit annoying. I'm looking at Pacheco potentially being replaced by Bird in the middle, but that's the only sub we'll do at the moment. I really wanted to do Bacon on for Marco Toss, as Abdubakar shoots very high wide and not at all handsome. But yeah, it was meant to be Bacon for Toss, because Toss's game hasn't improved that much. But now that he's got his strike partner and his partner in crime up front in Bacon and Toss, again, sounds like a dodgy crime fighting duo, we might just get the best out of him. As Benny Ballarts finds himself in a bit of space, he's tackled well, but the ball falls to Marco Toss, who puts the cross in. He finds Bacon at the back post, and I don't know whether he's just hindered by that injury, but he didn't quite get enough behind that one. Corner, Hernandez to swing it in. He puts it in. Jonathan Tah gets a good head to it. Bacon on the edge into Marco Toss. Marco Toss shoots and Amos makes the save. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're pulling the strings. We're keeping in this game. We're up on aggregate. Hernandez with an in-swinger this time, and he didn't quite get his foot around it to swing it in enough. Bacon is on the edge and picks it up. He's tackled well by Van Leeuwen, but it's a ball across. Garrido heads away. Pierre, and that's easy for Gomez to pick up. And are we going to keep attacking from here? Now look, we get our people back in their shape, which is good. We've got a bit of shape here, but it's given away to Flammersberger. Out to Abdubakar. They've got some quality players. Tanaka, what a tackle that is. It falls to Bacon. Into Macaulay at the near post. Thomas Macaulay, captain for the day, has 2 goals. It is 5-2. And now if Bayern Munich win 3-2, it's going to extra time. But this is, look at this from Tanaka. He was just like, have it. Absolutely have it with that tackle. Callum Bacon ball in. Macaulay's there. Yes, come on. I can see it. I can taste the promised land. I've spoken too soon. Brass with a corner. Tah knocks it back to Abdubakar. Terrible shot. Hernandez, ball in. Wood with a header. Gomez, saved against his former club where we signed him from Bayern Munich, but Amos denies him, and now we're getting more of the ball, as I think Bayern Munich are having to come out and attack a little bit more. They seem to be sort of leaving a lot of space in behind them. Toss, lovely ball out to Ballarts. Ball across. Macaulay looking for his hat-trick, but Amos catches very, very well. And this is good. What I love about Football Manager, just while I'm playing it and sitting here, I've had a really, really urgent phone call with work. Managed to sort quite a lot of stuff out, but this is completely taken my mind off it. As it's in, that doesn't help. I'm chatting about how really good Football Manager is for getting you away into this alternate reality. And then Bayern Munich go and score. It's 2-1, 5-3 on aggregate as Brass sort of went down. That's where I think Benny Ballarts, where we've told him to not jump into or be less involved in tackles, if that makes sense. Yeah, he didn't commit to it, so Brass just went round the outside of him. But Roberto's still not playing the best. I think that's going to be my sub. It's going to be my man, the main man, Lovro, is going to come on for Roberto. And Lovro's had a great season for us. He's been attracting some big club names in for him. A couple of like Valencia, I think, were in for you, Lovro. Celtic. So yeah, some decent clubs have been in and around, sniffing around Lovro. But I've kept hold of him, and it's for this exact moment. As Pacheco picks up a poor clearance, he just holds on to it into Tanaka. Tanaka to Hernandez. Hernandez back out to Tanaka. This is some good football. The right wing back puts the ball in. Bacon heads it straight at Amos. 15 minutes to go. There's still a 2-goal lead on aggregate. Okay, 10 minutes to go, and I'm wondering if we just sort of shut up shop a little bit. That's what I'm going to do after this highlight, because then there'll be 5 minutes to go. Lovro up to Ballarts. Ballarts to Pacheco into Hernandez. Hernandez back to Pacheco, up to Macaulay, but he doesn't win the header. And Abdubakar, who's gone from, I think, left back into central midfield, as Tanaka intercepts that one well. Back to Juan Felipe, long ball cleared, and Yanez picks it up into Bonavacchia. Brass will get there, puts the cross into the back post. Van Leeuwen couldn't do much with that. Probably a bit too angled for him, and we're just going to make a defensive sub and bring on Keith Bird for Marco Toss. Keith Bird is going to sit back here. No, he's not. He's going to sit there. And Pacheco is going to sit back here as a deep line playmaker. We're going to shift you two along like that. We're going to play counter. We don't really need Balart or Tanaka to push up anymore. We're going to get out of here. We're going to do short passing, retain possession, much lower tempo. We're going to sit a little bit narrower. We're going to go defensive. We're going to sit a bit deeper. We're going to close them down sometimes. Yeah, we're going to retain the ball. We're basically not going to do too much with it. We're just going to be sensible is what we're going to do here. We're going to be sensible. We're going to go into a 3-5-2 formation, back from a 3-4-3 to a 3-5-2. A defensive sub, but I think at this point in the game it's necessary. It gets us through to the Champions League final if it stays like this. Bayern Munich need 2 goals in 5 minutes of injury time. And that isn't, like, it's not implausible for that to happen in A, Football Manager, and B, here we go. Lupo into Van Leeuwen. Van Leeuwen shoots Juan Philippe with a good save. I've changed the tactics too much now. That's all I'm thinking. I've changed the tactics too much. As Barras puts the ball in. Macaulay with a good headed clearance. Yanez picks it up. Shoots from range. That's fine. And the one extra... I've just said I've changed the tactics too much. But what we're going to do is waste time. Obviously, we're going to waste time. Getting a goal kick like that will take as long as we want over it. Which clearly wasn't long enough. Because here come Bayern Munich again. And it's Pacheco with a good header. Diawara back to Barras. Barras with the ball in, and it's gone to no one. Tanaka could have let that go. There's no communication. Bonavacchia has a shot, and Gomez blocks it behind. He's determined to get to this Champions League final. And it's in. Oh, Arab Chewbacca. Oh, is it just past the post? Oh, it's it. Last minute. Last minute. Van Leeuwen out to Lupo. Tanaka will get there. And into Gomez, to Bird, to Pacheco. And there it is. It's the full-time whistle in the last season of the Journeyman. We are in a Champions League final. Oh, is it meant to be? Is it meant to be? The Premier League and the Champions League could all be wrapped up in the last episode of the Journeyman Save at the Bernabeu. I don't know who we're going to be playing. Oh, I think Gary Hicks is going to miss the game, which means Tanaka has to go back into his right wing back spot. Has it been... Do we know who we're playing? Unknown at the moment. Let's just see if we find out who it's going to be. Man United will be playing Barcelona in the Champions League final in Spain at Barcelona's biggest rivals ground. Now, I'm hoping that will give us the support from the locals, because Madrid fans wouldn't want Barcelona to win it. They'd want Man United to win it. Oh my word, it's going to happen. Now, thank you very much for watching, guys. Please, we didn't have a... Well, we sort of had a question about today about what do you want to see in the wrap-up episode that will happen. So there's now going to be one more episode with the games in it, and then there'll be a wrap-up episode for the whole Journeyman, which we go back and look at some things. But it has been fantastic. The last season in the Journeyman Save, and it's going to end with a Champions League final on the 26th of May 2029. It's going to be great. Thank you very much for watching, and before I go, here's a little snippet of something to, little teaser for you. Enjoy.